they just see
you.
They
Are
just
you
see
live
us.
over there now?
Yeah, we're live on Instagram. But
So you just have to remember not to say anything inappropriate during the commercial break. And stuff.
yes, yeah, it's hard enough for me in general. So we can start the show whenever. Yeah.
Hey, welcome to Friday edition of BullShirt'n with Jeff and Caleb, Brian and Nick, and I believe Willard's over there. So tune in, watch us on Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Who knows what else? I don't know. But
YouTube,
Facebook. Hey, but tune in. Tune in. That's the important thing. So here we go. I'm sure Caleb's got something to rant about this.
I do, and it's you. I need a time. Need a time.
2:47.
I'm gonna tell it. You'll be here at 3.
I probably won't be, but I might.
Just go with the flow.
Yeah, I don't like to be. Hey, if I'm going to live free and be me today, I'm not constricted by the clock. I'm not constricted by time.
But you are. You are for that. You are constricted by time.
Technically, only until 1 o'clock, right?
Yep.
Correct.
No, that's a personal thing.
That's correct.
And you know what? You want to play those games? I'll play them too.
I don't think that's how it's supposed to go.
Yeah, so you've got me fired up now, as if I wasn't already fired up before. I don't know if it's I just notice it more or if it's affecting me more. What day did it snow?
Every day.
When we were leaving. Monday?
Monday night.
Monday night, okay? So I'm leaving here, and this truck in front of me with a trailer, okay, as I'm about to the light.
Semi-truck?
Nope, just a regular truck. Decided to cut me off without using his turn signal. I had to hit my brakes, and of course I slid because it was snowing. Then he turns onto, and I don't think people know how you're supposed to turn into intersections. You know, you turn right, you don't turn into the second lane over. You turn into the lane that's right there, and then you get over. So he cut me off there. Then he cut me off again because he decided to not use his turn signal and jump in front of me in the lane. And then he cut someone else off, turning to get onto the entrance ramp. Then I'm going down the highway as it's snowing, and there's people going 80. This girl, she was on her phone. Followed her right down here through Rennick. Almost hit me when she was going because she wasn't paying attention. And then every morning when I go to pick up UPS on Bridge Street, people are just going wherever they want in the lanes without using turn signals. They almost hit people. They cut people off, and it's freaking annoying. You know, and then you see people when the roads are covered in snow and they're still flying, driving like normal. It's like, you know, they deserve to be in a ditch.
You know who's the world's worst about driving fast in the snow, right?
You.
No, I don't.
Oh.
I drove 20 mile an hour all the way home the other day.
Then I guess I don't.
Here's the most dangerous group of people in the world in the snowstorm. It's the good old boys, wannabe good old boys, who went out and took their stimulus money and bought the great big jacked up 4-wheel drive pickup truck that they yet to have in the mud, the dirt, or anything else. They never got off the highway until they go 80 miles an hour up the road because they got a big truck. I got one too, but I have never ditched it.
They are the worst. You see people in these big trucks, and then these little guys get out of the big trucks, and it's like, yep, there's the problem. You know?
Yeah, it's typically little dudes in the big trucks.
And you know, and then with the trucks, there's the dealership down here, right? The speed limit on this road is 25 miles an hour. And I don't know if they do it because they got to feel good about themselves or if they want to try and impress the drug dealers wherever they're at. I don't know what the deal is, but they go like 45, 50 miles an hour down this road. Like they hammer on it. Yeah. Which, number one, it's, you know, not safe. They're breaking the law, but I guess because they think they're in the big truck and they're test driving it, they can make as much noise and go as fast as they want down a residential street. But it's getting to be ridiculous.
It's the one when they test drive the diesels.
Yeah, it's like, oh wow, look at all that smoke, real cool.
Yeah, but they buy those big trucks like that, and then the only thing they ever pull is the daggone 12-pack out of the back.
Yeah.
They got all this power and they can't pull a trailer because they don't know how to pull a trailer. But
Yeah.
You guys okay?
The first thing they do, they buy one of these big old trucks, 5 foot nothing, buy a big old truck. They stop at Speedway, pick up a pack of Copenhagen, and then they think they're some kind of country redneck.
those guys ain't getting Copenhagen.
Them
Guys ain't getting Copenhagen.
They're probably getting the
Kodiak mint pouches is what they're getting.
You guys good?
So all that stuff, right? All that stuff.
Hey, but I will say this: most of the vehicles that I saw in the ditches the last few days are exactly those guys.
So all that stuff, right? And then yesterday, these truck drivers, they're getting out of hand. They park in the, they've got the spot behind the McDonald's here on Rennick. This guy gets in his truck. He starts pulling out, right? I'm coming down the road. Not that I was speeding or anything.
Because it's 25.
Because it's 25. He looks down my way, sees me coming.
Do you have your lights on?
Yep. Then proceeds to pull out in front of me. There's a FedEx truck coming the other way who then has to stop and back up because this semi decided that he was just going to go, didn't care about the rules of the road or anything, right? Then he takes up both lanes. He takes up the straight lane and the turn lane. I go to turn. He goes all the way out, then comes back into the first lane, and then goes back over into the second lane. Doesn't use his turn signals. Almost hits someone else pulling out of Speedway, right? Then he goes to the entrance ramp again. Doesn't use his turn signal. Slows down on the entrance ramp. Cuts someone off coming again from the other way, right? And then as I finally am able to get past him, because he slowed down instead, the entrance ramp is so you can speed up to get on the highway, right? He continues to slow down. And then I get up next to him, and it's this old guy who's just worried about eating his McDonald's. So I took pictures of the truck, and I was like, I'm just going to, yeah, maybe he is hungry. Maybe he should have stayed in the parking lot to eat. And if he's on a time frame, maybe he should have, be safer about
here's the deal about truck drivers. Real truck drivers are still just fine, but there's a new breed of truck drivers out there.
Yeah.
Because they can't get truck drivers. Whose truck drivers keep rolling into the hub so we can get our stuff, right?
Most days.
Most days.
Yeah, most days. Some days they lose them. I'm not mad at UPS though. I am mad at
we
the
love
post
UPS.
office. We love UPS. We freaking hate the post office.
We don't care about the post office. So, all right.
That's something else we don't
There,
need to
you're
get
done with
into.
the rant. I can't take it. It's giving me my blood pressure is going up.
Mine is too. And I don't even have
Well, I would say
blood
that's more from
pressure.
your participation in the rant and sitting there listening to it, because I've been here for the whole time and my blood pressure is just
Yeah, well, the point is, use your turn signals. Don't freaking text and drive, and quit driving 60 miles an hour down a 25 so people can think you're impressive in your big old truck. So
They probably have to have them little ladders to get in.
probably.
Don't they?
Probably. Yeah, those are the real rednecks, right? The ones here in Southern Ohio.
Good old boys, is not redneck.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
There's no real rednecks here.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, okay. Now that we're done with that, product time. So, we'll throw the graphic up on the screen.
Look at that.
want to come see Robin. I don't know. But this jacket, it's great for spring if we ever get there. Standalone, for chilly mornings, or I've worn it over a sweatshirt. Fits great. That way you can have a little bit of extra warmth. But it's really good for corporate stuff, businesses that want to get something for their employees. It doesn't just have to be around Christmas. So it's a great jacket for that kind of stuff. Baseball coaches.
Turns water, right? Turns water and
Yeah.
Not so much baseball coaches, but probably people sitting in the stands and softball and track and that kind of stuff. Mushroom hunting, I don't know.
I don't know if I'd wear that mushroom hunting, but
Why?
hey, it's.
You really don't hunt mushrooms in the rain?
No, I don't hunt mushrooms at all.
You should.
So, I'm pulling up this jacket real quick. Holloway, they do a really good, cool thing. I think it might just be in the
How much?
book.
What did that go up to size wise?
That jacket actually goes up to a 4XL, and blank they're about $50. So it's right in line with soft shell jackets, And then of course Holloway, it's it's gonna last, so it's a great jacket. So
Holloway probably had the first soft shell jacket that I ever had. I liked it a lot. As a matter of fact, I still have one someplace. If my wife hasn't yard sale sold it, which she probably has, it still looks as good as it did 10 years ago.
Yeah, they're great jackets. So anything from them really, I've never had any issues with. So, but that's a good jacket to look into. Stocking looks pretty good on everything right now.
How many colors?
There's everything looks like it's in stock for now.
That's what I always loved about Holloway. The colors that they use, they're vibrant. Like they're not dull or anything. They look like they're quality.
Yeah,
garments.
and they match all their other styles too. Because sometimes that's something that companies they'll make a jacket in red, but then their pullover in red is a totally different shade, and it's all the same. So it's a great jacket. I love mine. I have the white one because you can really tell it's got like a little pattern print on it. I like it. So it's a great gift for employees. It's great for corporate stuff. It's great for anyone who just wants one. So send us a message if that's something you want to look at. No. With that, we'll go ahead and go to our commercial. Instagram does not get
Miletree is a full-service screen printing and embroidery shop that has been serving Southern Ohio since 1987. When you are in need of apparel for your business, school, or event, your first call should be to our team of branding experts who are here to bring your visions to reality. Our goal is to help you grow your brand while making you look great. For more information, visit our website www.mtscreenprint.com and get your free quote today.
Hey, welcome back to BullShirt'n with Jeff Caleb, Nick Bryan, and Leroy. Hey, now we're going to, I guess Caleb wants to talk about more snow. I think there's more snow coming
It
again.
looks like there's a lot more snow coming, which could affect our show Monday. Because if it snows that much, we're not coming in.
We work on snow days.
Yeah, well, if it snows as much as what it could be, we're not coming.
Tell him.
Yeah, I own it, so that's not really what I wanted to say, but I think it. Anyway,
I'll be at work.
Listen, I also just realized what shirt you're wearing.
That's right. I got this shirt on. Hey, this kind of tells you a little bit about what we can do, right? They took this picture right here. And it's not the Living Free BME shirt that I envisioned. But, so, you got a buddy you want to prank. You got the kid's famous moment in sports that you want to As long as you buy 12 of them, you can have your buddies running around. Right? Everybody can wear them. Beach trip. Want your buddy? You passed out. Take his picture. Wear it home. Get his wife a T-shirt.
Your friend fell asleep in college too early and got stuff drawn on his face. Perfect shirt idea for all your friends, right?
Exactly.
So, but back to I think we're supposed to get some more snow on Saturday. I think we're supposed to get snow Monday. I think we're supposed to get snow Tuesday, and I think it could be a lot. And I mean, I guess with the weather, it could also not be anything. It could, not happen at all. But if it does, it could be a lot. And if it's as much as what it looks like it could be, I'm staying home.
Well, hey, I don't know if you're watching right now, Tara, but I just got a message that I'm going to have to go to Jacksonville on Saturday afternoon for a few days. So I'll be back. I don't know.
If I was you, I wouldn't say when I'd be back. I'd just go and stay.
That's where we're at with that. I don't know how we want to deal with it, but plane tickets in the mail already.
Yeah,
I don't think they mail those anymore.
No, if they did, they'd get lost. Or they'd charge you an extra $5 when it got there because you said it was 2 ounces, but it was 3 ounces. Is what they would do. So, and then you'd get it a week late. We also have, man, I'm fired up today.
Doesn't take much when you're dealing with somebody who's moody.
Wow. We also have today after hours. I don't remember if we said we were going to do it last time, but we were busy working, and we haven't got to do our number one contender match for the this beautiful. Well, if the champion kept it clean, it would be beautiful. But it's got
Take it out of
touch
here.
it. So
I'd say there's probably a couple of little brothers admiring it would be my guess.
I was gonna guess that Caleb, when nobody else is in here, turns the lights off, shuts the door, hugs it, curls up on the floor and cries because he knows it's not his.
No, I turn the lights off. I hit my entrance music. I walk out with the belt. Cut a promo on a 5-year-old.
An empty building.
Yeah. But we've got our number one contenders competition today. We don't know what we're playing yet.
Push-ups.
No. Gosh, I would die. I would not make it. So, but we got to pick that out. So then someone can dethrone Nick and we can have a real champion.
So why is it that we actually have minimum orders?
So minimum orders, right? It's a thing because no matter what, we've got to spend time doing artwork. We have to spend that time doing artwork. And it's it's not cheap to do. And then once that's done, we've got to make a screen, we've got to set it up. Single color, it's not too bad, but if you get anything more than that, it takes a decent amount of time to get it set up right. And, it's going to take the same amount of time to set it up for 2 shirts as it is for 200 shirts. And it's, to be, honest, it's just not worth setting all that stuff up for anything less than 12 pieces. And that'll change as we go. But, bringing that up, the minimum orders, I don't know if anyone would think it'd be beneficial for us to do a video of kind of like the whole process from artwork to getting it set up, to getting the screens made and ready and those set up and getting the job printed. That way you can see, how much work actually goes into making shirts. Because a lot of people, I get phone calls and they're like, hey, I need 12 shirts with this custom design, and it ends up being like 3 colors on one location and 2 colors on another, and like, can I pick them up later today? And it's like, we can't even get screens ready in a day. And, And it's not anyone's fault that doesn't work in this, but that's why, I want to know if it, might be beneficial or if people would be interested in seeing the whole process and, why it costs what it costs for shirts and why there is a minimum order and things like that.
I think it'd be cool to have a little video. It's kind of like a time-lapse video of from start to finish, and then on the website, and kind of a breakdown of all the processes that go into each area of production. So, it's easy to think it's a quick process because after all you're doing is that on the shirt, right? But getting there's the process.
Yeah,
right?
the printing the shirt is the easy part. It's the quick part. Everything else before that, and that being said too, if we rush through that, or we don't have, for each design, there's screens that are better for each design. There's a set of screens that should be used for design. And if we rush through it and we use the wrong ones, or we don't do something right, you're not going to get the best product you can get.
Right.
So it's just, there's reasons that everything costs what it does. There's reasons we have minimum orders, and it's not just because we, want to make it difficult for people.
I saw the baby panda.
Did you?
Hey, but the flip side of that too, if it's things that you have that are ongoing orders, we just did some sweatshirts for Native Construction here in Chillicothe. We have his screens here because the design doesn't change. Stock was available, and we were able to turn that out, in just a couple of days. So.
Right. Yeah, and
everything's not black and white, and we all sometimes fall into the trap of saying everything's black and white and giving, and it's just not. So ask questions, and we'll ask questions as well, and then that way we can sometimes
I
what
think
you need done when you need it done.
that's the important thing. We need to ask questions so we know what you want. That way we know how to quote it and how to, give you the best product possible. And you guys have questions. You don't work with this stuff every day. So I think that's important going forward. And that's why we want to talk about maybe putting some stuff up like that so you know what goes on. You know the process.
Right. It's important. All right. What are you talking about here? Caleb has these little notes for us here. What's on here about making kids cry? What's that?
So I thought about it yesterday. I tend to play jokes or say things that most people would understand, but not kids.
Right.
And a lot of times that ends up with kids crying. Mainly Abel is the big one. And I got him twice recently, but it had been a couple weeks ago, and I think all the kids were here on a Saturday maybe. You had left, which, when you leave and you don't tell Abel, that just sends him to a different world. He melts down. He starts running around looking for Dabby. He has no idea, right? So we were doing something in here. I needed him to be quiet right out there, and I told him to go to the other end of the shop to play. Well, they didn't. So I walk out there, and I was just messing around, and I said, all right, that's it. Everyone, line up. Single file line. And I was just going to march them down to the other end, take their toys with them, right? Well, Abel just kind of looked at me. I said, Abel, single file line. And he looked. I felt awful, but he just melted, and he said, I want my daddy, and started crying. Of course, Nick has to be the one that swoops in to, make him feel better and, say how mean I am and all that, so he's happy, right?
Somebody's got to pick him
Right, yeah. And it just happens that Nick's always the one that's there that has to do that. So, felt bad. I've been pretty good, and then I got him again yesterday. And him and Max were running around, and I told them that if they weren't going to listen to what I said, their punishment was going to be I was going to spray them with the water bottle. and say no. So I did it to Max, and Max goes, "Oh, spray me more." That had the opposite effect on him. Well, Abel, it didn't have that effect on him.
No, he actually came over crying and he tattled on.
Yeah, he wouldn't listen. I said, "You put that down," and I sprayed him, and then I think he almost went to hide behind Brian, and because he was over that way, or you were over there maybe, and he was trying to hide, but he melted down. Nick had to pick him up again, and all that stuff.
That's why if you ask the little girl who her favorite is, now she'll play the game a little bit. If only one of them's here, she'll say that one. But if they're both here, she gravitates not to Caleb.
Nope. She honestly didn't really like me up until recently.
Yeah, well, she knows you have snacks in there.
Yeah, well, that's true. So, but probably my favorite story of making a kid cry. And
that's just sad right there. You have a favorite story.
And I'm just fine by it. And when you hear the story, or when I start the story, you'll know why it's my favorite. But my favorite story of making a kid cry, Nick and I were kids ourselves.
Starting early.
We were starting early. We were at the beach. We had taken this little taxi boat out to a little island called $Sand Island. They drop you off, leave you, you bring snacks, all that kind of stuff, until they come back to get you. So we were out there, and we had our snacks, and Kendall, I don't know how old she was at this time, but she was young enough to be a kid, and she was young enough to scare the crap out of her and make her cry. And for some stupid reason, she's scared of birds. And it blows my mind, but especially because birds aren't real. They're just little spy cameras by the government.
Right.
But Nick and I thought it would be hilarious to take our little snack crackers and to toss them over Kendall's head. So the birds would swoop down and get the crackers and scare her. And it works so well that as she's running through the sand and we're tossing these crackers above her, that as she's crying, she falls down onto the sand and the birds are right there over top of her. And I felt bad maybe after at the time, but now I can look back at it and it's just the funniest thing and I can laugh and laugh and laugh.
Those are the kind of things that, like when you're old and you're in the old folks' home and she comes to see you and she'll just pour apple juice on you and say, "Hey, he peed his pants again."
Oh, I like how you act like you never did anything to your siblings, or to Amy. I like you never picked on her, you never did anything, you never made her cry, ever?
Ask her.
What? Nick, do you remember when we used to live on Mount Road and there were these dents in the wall?
I do.
What were those dents from? Gosh. It's almost
Only
like
somebody could fill us in.
Yeah, could you tell us what those dents in the wall were from?
Ask your aunt. I don't know.
I think she would tell us that her brother was throwing pool balls at her while she was, along the wall. So
she has her version. I have mine. All right.
Pool balls. They could really hurt someone.
She has her version. I have mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all have sibling fight stories. So
Kendall, she had this big old stuffed golden retriever once, and Nick and I, we weren't very old, and Nick was holding it so I could punch it, right? And he moved it away to say something once, and I was still punching, and I hit him right in the face. There's things like that. There's things like when we were working and there's all those boxes and I was trying to tackle Nick into the boxes and I had his leg lifted up and he kept telling me to stop and I didn't and he hit me in the ribs and I thought I broke my ribs.
Stop has always been a problem for you.
Yep, it sure has. It's tough for me to know when to shut my mouth and it's tough.
Not everybody's figured that out by now, and just by the amount you talk about that belt. It's not yours.
Nick and I don't have that problem.
Uh-huh.
Do it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't for sure. You talked an awful lot of crap about that belt last week.
Yeah, you did.
I'll wear that belt.
No, you
He
won't.
won't.
I'm starting to think nobody going to.
Hey, let's wrap this up. I got work to do.
All right, so we did go a little bit longer today than normal. So,
Yeah.
if you want a shirt that says "Living Free Being Me" with his face on it, we can get that up somewhere.
Yeah. Hey, buy them. Get some, man, so that they'll know that I'm more popular than they are. All right. I have a following.
You can be more popular than me. I don't care.
Nick, he can't even get out to the garage most days.
Got an
Electric
idea.
company's got locked in, or cable guys or something.
I got an idea for a competition at some point. I don't know if we could ever get behind it, but we'd see who's more popular.
All right,
There
let's
you go.
wrap this up.
Yeah. Joker pull shirt, drawn by Brian, who you can't see. It's on our website and Etsy. You can go grab one of those. That's about it, I think. So,
About it.
with that, maybe we'll see you Monday. Maybe we won't.
I'll be at work on Monday. I will be at work on Monday.
That we might not see you still. So
I will be here.
Yeah, if not, we'll see you Wednesday, maybe. Who knows what next week will be like. It'll be a toss-up. So,
You've just cursed the White Death, man. We get nothing but flurries now.
I sure
Keep
hope so.
cursing it.
I hope so.
Isn't that right, Willard?
Oh, all right. I guess it is time to get to work.
All right. Hey, have a great weekend.
Yep.
We'll see you on Monday.